everyone, and welcome to another Robcast, Revenge of the Nerd podcast. Movie Review Edition. Da, 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 da. Yes, it's time for some Godzilla. Hi everyone, I am Rob Sacchetto, the inventor of zombie portraits and overall pop culture guru and lover of all things pop culture. Today, excuse me, you're gonna have to bear with me. I've got a bit of a head cold. It's not COVID, I'm not dying, although it being inside has ravaged my once good looks. As you can see, I no longer have a bella figura. It's all, I look sub-hobo at this point, but that's okay. I was never one for, I always had a face for radio, if you don't mind the old joke. Yes. Anywho, today, we're going to review Shin Godzilla, or Godzilla Resurgence. Yes, this movie... you know what? I have to introduce you to my movie cohort who's going to help me review this movie before I go any further. Regular Godzilla. Yes, this is one of my most cherished possessions. It is one of the most sought after Godzilla toys of all time. This is a Godzilla toy from like the late 70s. Yeah, late 70s. Was not around for a long time. Came out with the whole Shogun Warrior craze, which, again, probably no one remembers. It was a very short-lived toy line. Then they actually added Godzilla to it. This is the Godzilla. It is even super rare to have this. He breathes fire. He breathes fire, man. Like, yeah. And this thing, usually, if you ever find one of these toys, this thing is gone. He actually has a fist that flies out, too. If you press that button, the fist flies out. It's awesome. He came with a bunch of giant robots called Shogun Warriors. I had all of them at one point, but like some dumb idiot, I ended up selling them, probably for beer money. Anyway, Godzilla's going to join me here, and he's going to do the review with me. Yeah, Shin Godzilla. The reason why I'm doing this movie instead of any other Godzilla movie is because, aside from the American Godzilla movies, and I don't mean the Roland Emmerich one from '89, which you know, I'm gonna say this about that movie. This is my whole take on that movie. If it was called anything else but Godzilla, it would be great. It was a fine monster movie. It was okay, but the fact that it was Godzilla was horrible. So yeah, that was sad. They ended up using that version of Godzilla in Final Wars, Godzilla Final Wars, which I might end up doing that review as well because I really loved that movie. That was supposed to be the last Japanese. They keep saying, "Oh, this is going to be the last Japanese version of Godzilla." No, there's always another one, man. It makes money, so Godzilla's up to like what, almost 40 movies now that he's in. So anyway, no, I was talking about the new movies. Aside from the new movies, the Godzilla. And Godzilla King of the Monsters, and now Godzilla vs. Kong, which is coming out soon, at this taping anyway. Shin Godzilla is probably the most accessible to people who have never watched a Godzilla movie before, and or do not like Godzilla. I'm gonna generalize here. I'm gonna say girls. I'm gonna get a lot of mail on this one. Every female person I've ever known has never wanted to watch a Godzilla movie, has not been excited by Godzilla, does not like Godzilla, is not interested in watching Godzilla movies in any way, shape, or form. That's just my own personal experience. So I'm just saying that, man. It's almost like wrestling for some reason. I don't know why. Like there's this aversion to wrestling. It's like, yeah, man, we all know it's goofy and everything, but like that's the fun of it. Anyway, so Shin Godzilla, I think came out in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken. It's so hard to read. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I'm not a Godzilla fan. I'm a huge Godzilla fan, but I'm not a Godzilla fan who knows the names of the people in the movies. You know, that stuff. Like, I'm literally a Godzilla fan in the way that I'm a child watching Godzilla movies. I get such a kick out of them. I love them so much. Like every Godzilla movie I've ever watched, I've loved, with the exception of a couple. And you know, like I just love the franchise like immensely. So yeah, I'm not one of those guys who goes like, oh yeah, so and so was in this one, and he also made an appearance in this, and they used the music for. I'm not one of those guys, man. You know, I find that kind of uninteresting. I love the spectacle of Godzilla movies, and I think Shin Godzilla, it is the most recent Japanese version. It actually won Japan's version of the Best Picture award for this movie. It was huge. It made tons of money. Unfortunately, they're not making a sequel to this, so I've heard. But this movie is insane. Like, if you have an idea of what Godzilla is, or what, like, anything you might, you know, kind of think, well, I don't like Godzilla because it's goofy, it's for kids, he's this guy in the giant rubber suit, and he fights monsters, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, sure. Every Godzilla movie is kind of like that. This movie, however, takes Godzilla into a total in a direction that is completely and utterly terrifying. That's very thought-provoking, very realistic. You know, the effects are astonishing, and there's no guy in a rubber suit in this one. It's all top-notch visual effects, and I mean top-notch. Like the stuff that you'll see in this movie. It's actually scary. It's very terrifying. It's like a true sci-fi horror type movie, and the ramifications of this Godzilla, what this Godzilla means to the planet, is actually quite horrifying. So if you want to watch a really good like monster movie, like giant monster movie, I highly, highly recommend this. And you know what? Please tell me in the comments below what you think of this. If you haven't watched it and you do watch it upon my recommendation, let me know what you think of this, because it is like the biggest departure. And I've seen every Godzilla movie there is multiple times. I own most of them. Yeah, there's maybe like a couple I don't own. Like definitely the ones I don't care to own, but then there might be a couple I don't own. But I own almost all of them. I've seen all of them multiple times. I've seen virtually every, you know, kaiju, you know, giant monster movie there is. And or own that too, like everything from War of the Gargantuas, everything, like all that stuff. So this is very unlike every one of those types of movies. The science behind this is like insane as well. There is like a very interesting science component to this too, and it's utterly terrifying. Like it's you know, it's crazy. And you can go online and check out really what the you know, the sort of end game is to this movie. It is like it is absolutely mind-blowing. I recently saw some like the theories, or like the evolution of what this Godzilla would become if left unabated, and in fact, you know, the final scene when you see this movie is incredible. It's shocking. Like, it's shocking to anyone who thinks they know about Godzilla and what Godzilla movies are. This movie will shock you. And I'm not. Man, you know what? I know people have heard that it's shocking. Whatever the bullshit lines, the clickbait lines, and all that stuff. We're so like desensitized to that kind of shit. But honestly, if you think you know about Godzilla movies, and you watch this, you will be shocked at the outcome. Godzilla goes through stages in this movie. So basically it starts out, you see Godzilla right away, or you see part of Godzilla right away, and you see what the effect is of his presence in this bay. So immediately, politicians, scientists, everyone tries to come together and try to figure out what this is. There are a lot of, like, in almost every Godzilla movie I've ever watched, there are parts that I definitely fast forward over. I didn't fast forward over the stuff at the beginning. Like, if I've seen this movie now, like, I don't know, 10, 15 times, maybe more. There are parts I fast forward over a little bit. But it's very compelling stuff. Like, you actually see real time, politicians, scientists, all of these people try to figure out what to do about Godzilla, about this creature. And this, like, when you see the creature initially, it's kind of goofy. You might find he's kind of like almost funny looking, but it's because he's in this early, almost tadpole-like stage. But he eventually gets himself on land, and he's frightened of being on land because he's kind of not supposed to, so he has to adapt. And this movie is very much about the adaptations that this Godzilla quickly goes through, and the metamorphosis and the adaptations that he has to basically create for his body to survive everything. Like, the army tries to, really screw him up, and you see what happens when they do that. It's the folly of man like you've never seen before. And there are things in this Godzilla movie that if you've ever seen a Godzilla movie, even in the periphery, like even if somebody's watching a Godzilla movie and you're not interested in it, and you kind of see it, whatever, there's stuff that in this Godzilla movie you've never seen in any Godzilla movie in any way, shape, or form. It is absolutely brilliant. The score is brilliant, like the music, and I find the new American Godzilla movies are really good at that too. They have that very operatic, or that very sort of big big musical scores, and the big sounds. And this movie has that as well. It so much adds to the size and scope of what's going on. I think it'll really resonate with you when watching this movie. Godzilla appears, he goes through the metamorphosis, the scientists and the government tries to figure out how to stop him, and they ultimately stop him. There's no, I'm not giving anything away that you couldn't think that these are not spoilers. This is where this Godzilla movie kind of treads familiar ground. It's just in a hyper sense, in a hyper realistic sense. So when you see this Godzilla movie, it goes through the perceived emotions, the motions that you would think would happen. They do stop him. But that's as far as I'll go in saying, what happens. He's stopped. He's not anything else but stopped. So, I'll leave you to watch it. I can't recommend this movie highly enough. As a Godzilla movie, it really pleased hardcore Godzilla fans like myself and others. It also turned on a lot of people to Godzilla because it was so much different and, like I said before, very accessible to to people who have not seen a Godzilla movie or do not like Godzilla or not into Godzilla. So I have to say, this film did a lot for the the Godzilla franchise, for the creature. Like I said, I highly recommend this movie as a science fiction horror type film. I don't think you'll be disappointed. There are the odd parts that lag, like the human parts will always lag, but again, I find them very necessary in this film. There are a lot of talking heads, obviously, but it goes to explain what is happening, and again, in real time, in trying to deal with this giant menace that mankind has never seen before. So and they do get like the American military involved, and it's a global crisis that they're dealing with, and you very much get that. That comes across a lot when you see this film. It's very realistic in the depiction of what mankind would do in the face of this utterly unstoppable terror. And when I say they stop them, that's just it. They just stop them. There is more to the story than this. Unfortunately, like I said, I heard that there was not supposed to be a sequel to this film. I heard that they were going to go a different direction in doing a new Japanese Godzilla the next time out. I don't know what's going on. COVID has really kind of screwed up the progression of how things are going with a lot of cinematic franchises and just cinema in general. So I'm not sure. I'm very much looking for Godzilla vs. Kong, of course. But I really, like I said before, I really highly recommend this movie. If I have had a number system or whatever, I'd give it 5 out of 5 because it so delivers the updated or modern or sort of realistic take on a classic monster that is really thought-provoking, and it's very exciting, and it's very shocking. There are many parts in this film that you will find yourself kind of agape, your mouth agape, watching it, going what? It's mind-blowing. And man, when I first saw this movie, I was utterly blown away. I'm a Godzilla fan, man, but in terms of a new take on this classic creature, you can't go wrong with this one. Guys, I really missed you a lot. I've been doing a lot of not movie reviews lately. I've been doing a lot of portfolio reviews on my channel. I want to do more stuff. I've been a bit under the weather lately, but I hope you love this video. I hope you give it the thumbs up. I'd like to do more Godzilla stuff. I'd like to do more movie reviews in general. I've got Bubbles coming in to do a movie review soon. I'm not sure when that's going to be. I want to make sure I'm really healthy before I have him over. So please subscribe to my channel, man, for more awesome content. Check out my Patreon page. New content on there every single day. I do not take days off, man. I will leave the information in the description below. Like I said, if you like the video, please thumbs up. Give me the thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. I miss you guys. I want to see more of you very soon. I'm going to do my best to facilitate that. In the meantime, watch Shin Godzilla. Find it. It's out there. Stream it. Buy it. Whatever. I will see you again soon. Say goodbye, Godzilla. There we go. We're out. See you guys. Love you. Best wishes. Bye-bye.